Yeah, this is a question for Ben. So you talked a bit about your modelling approach for modelling catchment processes and the coastal processes.
Yep.
Could you explain how you actually develop the relationship between those and the bacterial concentrations?
Yeah, sure. So prior to this work, I sort of need to turn back the clock a bit. We had been doing this work in an integrated catchment management program, which was a land care based project. Basically, there's some tools developed out of that I can actually pass on to you if you're interested in the technical details of that report. But basically that was developed by a guy, Jeremy Wilkinson from the UK, who looked at basically bacterial transport associated with sediment and bed loads, and the resuspension of those bed loads into water column during floods. So we had an idea of kind of the mechanistic way of developing those models. For this project, because we really didn't have the resource to do it for every river, we had that for one river, the Mochwaka, which was the big river that I showed in my presentation. But in order to do it for the other rivers, we just used a straight log flow method. So I'm happy to share the details with you on that. But yeah, we're really lucky. We had a lot of data from the council to draw off. But in order to really map the flow concentrations, a lot of bacteria is brought out in those flood flow events. So we had to do our own sampling there. We set up auto samplers and in some cases just manually had to send out technicians every hour to go and sample the rivers. We did that for a few rivers in the Golden Bay area just to build up the data to a level that we're confident that we could model the bulk of the flow. But basically, I didn't go into this too much in my presentation, but basically the idea is once we've done the kind of mechanistic flow modelling, is we'll have a final step which takes the model data and potential other drivers like satellite information on turbidity, any sort of wave data that we're able to get access to, and feeds all of that into a model that is data driven. So it'll be basically trying to get as close as we can with the mechanistic approach and then fitting it to the large amount of data we've got from the council data sets and aquaculture. But yeah, if you want any of those technical details, let me know. I can give you my card and send me an email. Yep. Cool.
Do you have any other questions? So this is about the Alexandrian Pacifica. Did you say that it wasn't really a problem 30 years ago?
Sorry, no, not in the Sounds at all. No.
So not in the Sounds at all. So why do you think it's increased massively, and what could perhaps be done about that?
Why is it? I think it's got introduced naturally. There is a possibility it could have come in on mussel spat. It's been common in the North Island for a long time, ever since we first started looking actually. And the centre of it was really the Bay of Plenty. It was a chronic problem in the Bay of Plenty for quite some years. Strangely, it's not now. And we've inherited it. It first appeared on the west coast of the North Island early last year. The first blooms we'd seen on the west, all up from 90 Mile Beach right down through Taranaki. And it was subsequent to that it actually appeared in the Marlborough Sounds. And it also appeared in places in between. It's we can't monitor the Taranaki bite or anything, so we don't know what's happened offshore really. But there were some places, some sites in Golden Bay, Tasman Bay, and it appeared where it had never appeared before, incidentally. And then suddenly it had taken off in Florida Sound. So it looks like it had actually come in from offshore. And of course it was associated with the time when the heat wave was going on in the Tasman Sea. So just as a matter of speculation, and it's only speculation, is that the the very warm temperatures in the Tasman Sea enhance stratification of the water column. Perfect conditions for dinoflagellates, and that somehow encouraged its growth and transported it down into the sounds. There's very strong estuarine circulation in Pelorus Sound because of the Pelorus River at the head of the sound. So low salinity water going out on the surface being replaced by high salinity water from Cook Strait, Taranaki Bight, and cells could have been transported in that way. But it's remarkable how it gets everywhere. It's, it suddenly goes everywhere.
So we have time for one more question. Yeah.
Your magic machine, is that commercially available now, or is that still a...
It is commercially available, yeah. It's,
and it has a
the catch is the price.
price tag?
Yeah, it's about $250,000 New Zealand dollars. So that's one of the catch, otherwise we could run straight away. But ultimately it could save a lot of labour. But it has to go through a validation process to satisfy the likes of MPI that it's fit for purpose and that. So there's quite a long lead time into actually adopting it as a regulatory method.
Okay, well, thank you to both our speakers. So